Hello and welcome student to another lesson. We are looking at songs and oral poetry as part of the three categories of genres of oral literature. To take you back to the beginning of oral literature, we said oral literature is classified into three categories: the oral narratives, songs and oral poetry, and number 3, short forms. So I'm dealing with number 2, songs and oral poetry. In African societies, almost all communal activities were accompanied by songs and dances. And so we look at the classification of songs and poetry. So songs and poetry are the same. If we have a religious poem, then we have a religious song. So they are one and the same thing. It will depend with the question. If it has talked about classify the song above, then name it as, for example, a religious song. If it has asked you classify the poem above, then talk about religious poem. So we move to the first class of poem, which is religious poetry or song. These are songs and poems performed during religious occasions or spiritual purposes like prayers or invocation. Sing of one song that you know of, which is religious, the songs you sing in church. So you don't have worship songs or praise songs. They are called religious songs. Number two, dirges or funeral song stroke poems. These are songs sung during funeral ceremonies. They are sung during the actual burial and during remembrance of the other post-burial ceremonies. So dirges reveal the community's attitude towards death. They also serve to console the bereaved, sing praises to the deceased, and as a lamentation towards death for taking away a loved one. So that is the song number 2 or a poem. Number 3, we have war songs stroke poetry. These are poems stroke songs performed by warriors during a war event. This could be sung as a preparation to war in order to boost the morale of the warrior. They could also be sung after a battle as the warriors come back home victorious. So war song could also be sung in the absence of war in order to reinforce the military might of a particular community. So they express the general value related to a war. We have work songs. So these are songs that are sung during work. They are poems or songs that accompany rhythmic work. This could include work such as harvesting, okay, following, all that, as workers are loading goods in a car, or miners as they mine. The other type of song is love song stroke poem. These are songs stroke poems that are addressed to a beloved man or woman in the hope of marriage. Wow. I know all of you, if I would ask you of types of songs, most students give me love songs, okay? The other type of song is a lullaby. These are songs sung to a baby to soothe the baby to sleep. They are sung in a very soft tune, okay? They are sometimes sung to soothe the baby to sleep or to soothe the baby to stop crying. Another type of song or poem, wedding song stroke wedding poems. So these ones are sung in a wedding ceremony, and we don't have marriage songs. They are called wedding songs. Think of one. The other one is children and play songs. These are sung or they are performed by children as they play. Watoto waterere nyumba itojega. Okay. I don't know if the current generation has found these songs. I don't know. The other one is initiation and circumcision song. These are songs to poems sung during circumcision. Okay, as a passage in it. It is called a rite of passage. A rite of passage, initiation and circumcision song. And political songs is another type of song or poem. They play a significant role in raising political awareness of people. They can also act as a vehicle for social protest. So recently we had elections. You can remember the kind of songs that were sung. So those are the types of songs that I have decided to go through today. And I have said songs stroke oral poetry go hand in hand, depending with the question that you have been asked. So thank you for watching. Go back to your books and do more research. The book is more detailed, so I guide you on what you expect, and you still go back to your books and do study. So thank you very much. Have a good time as we meet in the next lesson.